First we start by removing the original feeding module, and we just check the holes there are in the correct places. Also check the switch holes are there too. We look to our tools. We have 4 Allen keys, 3, 4, 5, 6mm, and also some jump ring pliers. Let's start by taking the motor and fixing it to the back side of the machine legs and using a nut there just to hold it in place. Also it requires 4 screws. We take the first gear, fit it onto the motor. Just at the back of the first gear we can see there's a small hole which requires a 3mm Allen key to fix that. And then we put on the second gear, which has a bar out coming out of it, and then finally the gear cover plate over top. That also requires 4 screws in each corner to hold it in place well. Now we take 3 washers, we put it onto the bar, and then the plastic cone holder over top there. Finally, for this part we take 2 jump rings and our jump ring pliers, and we just fit them on either side of the motor there to hold it in place. Now we move around to the other side of the machine, we look at the print heads, and we loosen the tubes. This of course means the ink will flow back into the cartridges, and then once that is done we can then pull out the tubes from the cartridges so we can remove the cartridges. Firstly though, we need to loosen and remove the screws at the top and bottom there, and once that's done we can take the cartridges out completely. Now we take all the cables that we need. Let's start with the switches. The top switch is the manual and automatic. The bottom switch is the direction. Just check that there's a yellow cable connecting between the top and bottom switches, and then let's fit the switches in there. Now let's find the black and white cable. Let's push the black and white cable through the back of this compartment into the next compartment, through these grey plastic tube holders, and then we're going to plug it into this electrical wave filter here. Just checking that the black cable matches with the black cable and the white cable matches with the white cable there. Now we're going to find our other cable ends, which of course are the sensor cable and the motor cable. At the back of this cartridge compartment we can see that there's a small hole. We need to push the cables through the small hole, out this hole, back into this hole, down the legs, and then out the small hole at the bottom here. Now let's just connect the cable to the motor. Let's hang our sensor in place there, and now we're going to put the sensor cable through this hole here, and then finally connect the sensor cable like so.